Let's talk a little bit about why Taylor Swift is in the news for her new music video, Delicate. Some people are saying that it is a ripoff of a 2016 Spike Jonze-directed Kenzo World Perfume ad starring actress Margot Qualley, whose mother is Andie MacDowell, fun fact. So let's take a look at the two videos, and you can decide for yourself, and then we'll discuss what people are saying. So this is the Taylor Swift video.
Yeah.
Basically, the plot for the video is that she's at some sort of black tie event, and then all of a sudden she's handed a piece of paper and she becomes invisible, and it's very liberating for her. And she expresses that liberation through this pretty silly dance routine.
God, she's so annoying.
Look.
You know, when I first saw this, it actually reminded me of this old Fatboy Slim music video with Christopher Walken. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know exactly the one that you're talking about.
Great classic music video.
Yeah, so perhaps inspiration drawn from that as well, because that's Christopher Walken in basically an empty mall that's just dancing around. Now, this is a little peek at the Spike Jonze-directed Kenzo ad starring Margaret Qualley. So obviously we have no audio on this. There's no similarity in the audio and the music whatsoever. Now, the premise for this is that she just sort of leaves another black tie event party, and she
it's
is
like
just inspired.
crazy that this is like the inspiration for it.
Yeah, I mean, stylistically, there are definitely some.
Oh, that's Homegirl from The Leftovers. She's great.
Yeah. There are definitely some similarities stylistically.
Yeah, the choreography is like pretty shot for shot.
Right. Now, however, the premise for both stories is very different. So Taylor Swift's is that she's invisible, and that is not the case in the Spike Jonze video, because you see that the actress Margaret does interact with like there are other dancers and stuff in the video that come into play. But it is basically this sort of odd expression of liberation through it's ludicrous dancing. I suppose ludicrous doesn't really feel like the right word. Silly doesn't feel like the right word, but like, you know what I mean. It's just free form dancing, everybody. So yeah, I think that stylistically there are similarities. In the tones of the video as well, you have Taylor Swift in like this cool blue dress, sort of like the cool aqua green that we see in the Spike Jonze video. But premise-wise, there isn't that much there. And then we also have to take stock. Is it awful if someone does nod to something that they were inspired by?
No.
No,
I don't think so. I know a lot of people do, because everything needs to be completely original, but I just don't think that that's how the reality of art is.
Right.
Like, you're constantly taking inspiration from different things.
I mean, we saw this with the Beyonce video Countdown and how that was inspired by.
You know how this controversy could easily be squashed is if the creators of this video were like, yeah, we were definitely inspired by this. We love that video.
So to that degree, Joseph Kahn, who is the director of the video, is a very common collaborator with Taylor Swift on a lot of her music videos, especially this most recent Reputation era or Taylor Swift. Neither of them have commented on whether or not they took inspiration.
Why not?
Jonze
Are
video.
they worried that like they might get sued over something? But
I don't
why
think
wouldn't
so.
you?
I don't think that. I don't know. I wonder if they will comment. At the time of this taping, they haven't. But if the story picks up traction, they probably will need to. I'm not sure. I don't really think that this is that offensive. I don't know.
Yeah, I think people are in a cycle of hitting Taylor Swift at this point. So any chance that the press will get to do that, they'll do it.
Yeah, and I think also because there are such obvious comparisons to be made, that's part of why.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and maybe this is just because I'm sort of like at a fatigue point with Taylor Swift news, or maybe it's just where I'm at in this day of my life.
We've had a pretty long break from her. She's been like pretty undercover.
Yeah, she's been planning her tour and whatever.
Do you think she's gonna make a big comeback? Are we ever gonna return to like the days of blank slate?
Look, this is what I said. I stand by this. 1989 was her the pinnacle of her work, I think. And I really loved her music when she was doing country as well. If someone can find my yearbook quote from my senior year, I had a Taylor Swift quote in there. So I really liked Taylor Swift for a time. I still think that she has some great work. Reputation wasn't it for me. I think that 1989 was like her moment, and it was so awesome. I wasn't a huge fan of Reputation, but that's okay. And this probably isn't the sort of publicity that she wants right now, but any publicity is good publicity, and people are gonna say what they're gonna say about Taylor Swift. I think it's all been said and far more articulate than we can put out on this show. At the end of the day, both videos are super cool and quirky, and they obviously had to learn some choreography for it, and I prefer the Spike Jonze one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
It doesn't.